1490 WGCH, WGCH.com, anywhere. WGCH News Center time is 8:21. Joined on the line by a frequent contributor to the Morning News Center, Caryn Antonini. Good morning, Caryn. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Tony. I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was great. It was nice to have a few days to relax. So hard to get back up. It's chilly.
All right, but we're going to transition now into Christmas a few weeks away and talk about some tips and recipes. So talk about some, let's start with recipes. What kind of recipes do you like for Christmas cooking?
So I love all things traditional. I mean, I start breaking out. I've actually already started my holiday baking. I make everything from Danish springerly cookies, kind of reflecting my heritage, to Italian cookies, and just all the traditional baked goods that my family, that I grew up with, that my grandmother made. And I start now so that I can either freeze the dough or make them and then assemble them and start giving them as gifts.
Now, Caryn, my mother, being Italian, made a salami pie. Do you know what that is? And have you made that before?
I have not made that before. I do know what it is. There are all sorts of interesting, a New Year's tradition as well with a type of salami.
Yeah. And 18 eggs, I think it came with. So, oh boy, it was good. It was good. All right. What's the traditional dinner for Christmas? I mean, we always think of turkey for Thanksgiving. Is it ham or what is it? Roast beef?
Yeah. I think sometimes, I think if people don't do the Thanksgiving together, they still could do the turkey. It could be like a nice filet, a tenderloin, or, it kind of runs the gamut, I think, with your own families. But something like that, yes. Or, yes, I've heard of cooking a goose, a Christmas goose, right, traditionally?
Golden goose, maybe, yeah. All right,
golden goose.
Yeah. All right. Tell Christmas tips. What do you want to talk about there? What are some tips that you have for people for Christmas?
Tips, I would say, just bring out start now. Start early. Why not? I think we need a little cheer this year, especially. And start now. Get all your decorations and just make it cozy. And I love to get my boys involved because that just continues all the traditions for them, the memories, and put on some Christmas music or holiday music and start decorating together. And just, choose whatever it is. If you like the white lights or the colorful lights, I tend to like the colorful, but it doesn't really matter. But just to get in the spirit and sort of spread that joy to others as well.
Yeah, it's interesting when you talk about decorating. I always kind of think of the smells of Christmas, the cooking and all the great food, but also the colors. And I guess I was thinking Thanksgiving in terms of like fall colors of brown and orange, I guess that kind of thing. But for Christmas, I guess what is it, more like red and green and those types of things? What do you think?
Yes, reds and greens, of course. And then I've always loved the colorful lights on the tree for some reason. I think just as a child, it just it stays with me. The white lights are so beautiful too. We've been driving around and seeing the white lights wrapped around trees outside, and it's so pretty. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it's what you like personally, but yeah, I think it's the reds, the greens, the blues, yellows. Those sorts of things that conjure up all the memories, the good fun memories.
Are you a real tree or a fake tree person? Oh,
I'm a real tree, as you say, with smells. I love the smell of the Christmas tree alongside the baking. I think all those things, even getting a really good pine-scented candle burning, or, of course, putting the fire in the fireplace, I think that all contributes to that coziness, the good smells.
We talked about yesterday the Bartlett Arboretum in Stamford. They have a wreath-making workshop tonight. Do you make wreaths yourself?
Oh, I have made wreaths. That's such a great idea. Yes, I love that idea of making wreaths. It's just so nice also, again, to get the family involved or even with friends to go do something a little different. And it just, again, creates memories and does something special for the holidays.
All right, good. And now you've got and do you have a pet? Do you have to make it pet friendly with all these things around there, right?
Oh, yes, you do. I do. I have a big dog, a Chesapeake Bay Retriever, and she likes to kind of sniff around. So you do have to be careful with the poinsettias. I believe they're poisonous for dogs. I mean, she doesn't, thankfully, tend to chew on those leaves, but I would keep those up. And anything that pets can get into. If you have wrapped some sort of sweet or savory gift, don't leave it under the tree. Keep it up on a shelf for now.
Well, anything shiny, the cats will go after it. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
And Caryn, let's talk about your upcoming guest on your podcast.
So I've had some wonderful guests, and I have some really great upcoming ones as well. This week is Catherine Boulou, Chef Danielle Boulou's wife, will be speaking. She's actually a very accomplished chef herself and works with Spoons Across America. She's on the board of directors and really passionate about her work, which is really helping children understand nutrition and getting them back to the table, and the idea of sitting down for meals together, which is very close to my heart as well. I believe that it's really important to do that because it's so much more than just food around the table. Of course, there's conversation, and so it was really a delight to speak with Catherine. I also had Ray Isle, who's the executive editor of wine at Food and Wine, a couple weeks ago, and he has a brand new book out, World in a Wine Glass, which explores independent vintners around the globe, which is really interesting. It makes a great gift because if you're planning some travel to Italy, France, anywhere really around the world, Ray has traveled to many of these places and spoken to these vintners, and you can buy the wines and you can go visit the vineyards themselves. So that was another great guest. We had another one Stacey Mei-Yan Fung, who wrote 50 Pies, 50 States. And she has designed a pie for every state in the nation. She has a book that just came out, and I highly recommend it. She said that she has designed one for Connecticut. And Tony, I have a question. Do you know what the Connecticut state cookie is?
I was going to say, no, the cookie. I know nutmeg is, I was thinking of a nutmeg pie, but no, I don't know what the cookie is. What is the cookie? Well,
nutmeg is, yes, it does have nutmeg in it, but it's the snickerdoodle. I didn't know it either.
Oh, okay.
And so she's made a snickerdoodle pie for the state of Connecticut with a little bit of nutmeg in there as well. So that's another fabulous book. And of course, Max Tucci, who is a Greenwich resident for a while, he has the Delmonico Way cookbook as well, which is sublime entertaining and recipes from the renowned Delmonico's in New York, which is just reopened. All right. So those are some great book gifts and past gifts.
All right, Caryn, give us the website and how people can access those podcasts.
So you can go to cultivatedbycaryn.com, and if you see you will find all the podcast guests up at the top of the page, all the recipes, tips for decorating, gift wrapping, tutorials, and kind of anything you need for culinary, cultural, and entertaining.
All right, Caryn Antonini has been my guest. Caryn, thanks for a few minutes this morning, and get back to your cooking and your decorating, okay?
Thank you, Tony.
And Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas.